Well, this might have been a harder game than the U.S. had anticipated. It was only a 1-0 game until around the 90th minute. U.S. ends up, Allie, winning it by a 2-0 scoreline in a competitive game. Let's take you to the highlights. The way it started out, started early.
And it started out hot for the U.S. Lindsey Horan just rinses off her defenders as she skips through the lines and then slides that one across. Poor clearance ultimately by Zadorsky. Lands at the feet of Lavelle, and she takes this nice little touch to set her up. Drifts that one into the far post. LeVay can't get down in time. But Canada had some good looks themselves, and one of them came off of their set piece. This one goes all the way over to Buchanan, the center back, who's marked up there on Julie Ertz. She gets a glancing header on it, and Nair gets to ground and skips that one out of bounds. And then the U.S., this is late in the dying embers of the match. The ball bounces out to Dunn. She slides that one across to Horan. And then Alex Morgan, in fact, is offside. The referee doesn't see it. It doesn't matter. She's in behind. LeVay's off her line. And 2-0 for the U.S. and all bragging rights here in the continent.
It was a very physical game as well. 5 yellow cards were issued in this game. So 2-0 is the final. Alex Curry is standing by with Megan Rapinoe. Alex.
Megan, you guys punched your ticket to France. Now you get to raise the championship trophy. Put this feeling into words.
I mean, it's another title. That's what we're all about. We want to win. Obviously, we hate Canada. They hate us. That was very apparent on the field today. So to be able to put a good performance on, kind of bad weather, some great goals. Great goal by Rosie to start us off. So it was a good performance for us, and really just all tournament. I feel like we took it up another notch.
It was really your first challenge here tonight against Canada.
Yeah.
So when you look back at what this team was able to accomplish, where are you guys at right now looking ahead to the World Cup?
I mean, I feel like we still got a lot of work to do, for sure, but we feel good. Clean sheet all the way through the whole tournament, no goals at all. That's huge for us. Defense was super solid. And like I said, to be able to come out against a good team like Canada that's going to be in the World Cup, that's going to be getting into the extra rounds of the World Cup is big for us.
Congratulations. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy this.
Thank you. Woo!
Thank you, Alex. Well, yesterday when we talked to Jill Ellis, she said, guys, it may not be pretty. It really wasn't, right? It was a very physical game.
Yeah, it wasn't as fluid as we've seen in all the matches leading up to this point, and that's what you expect in the Canadian-U.S. rivalry. And I think for the U.S., gauging where they are heading into the World Cup, we can't be too eager. I think we were so positive on them in the group stage in that semifinal match, and it's just a little glimpse at where they're still going to need to go if they do want to defend their trophy. Alex
Morgan gets another goal tonight, no surprise. 2 Alexes. We're going to toss it to Alex Curry.
Alex, 24 goals in 24 games, 7 this tournament. What does it mean to you to have this kind of impact to help this team get to the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. You know, I'm feeling confident. This team is playing the best that we've played all year. We've continued to improve throughout the year. So I'm just really happy with the performances that we've put forward and just ending the tournament on a high note. We're just really excited. We're ready to celebrate.
And Golden Boot winner. How's that sound?
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah?
But it's not without my teammates. I mean, honestly, like, the service is just incredible. From Lindsey Horan today to Tobin, Megan Rapinoe, Rose Lavelle stepping up huge this tournament. So many players had an amazing tournament. I can't even talk. My voice is gone.
Like you said, this was kind of the first real test for this team. Are you happy where you guys are at right now?
Yeah, I mean, we still want to continue to build, and we're going to get a little bit of a break after these Europe games coming up in November. But yeah, we have our eye on the World Cup.
Congratulations, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Alex Morgan worked hard tonight. She gets a goal in the end, whether it was offside or not, but I'm thinking about her work rate defensively. I'm thinking about her role as a playmaker tonight. So even though she didn't get the chances that she normally gets, she does draw the attention.
And how different is that from the Alex Morgan when we think about her in the Abby Wambach era, a player that would really just feast on opponents in behind. She does so much more now, whether it's the runs off the ball or to occupy the 2 center backs, to create that space for the wingers, whether it's Rapinoe or Heath, and then the work rate, you said it, to double back. I mean, Heath did it, Rapinoe did it, but Alex Morgan is doing it. That's your central striker. That's your player who's scoring over a goal a game this calendar year. And I think this is something that no other team in the world has. I don't think they have that duality in their central forward.
Yeah. Good to see Alex Morgan healthy. Good to see Rose Lavelle healthy. And when Rose Lavelle is healthy, she puts up numbers, whether it's goals or assists. She's with Alex Curry.
Rose, you guys got tested tonight, and your early goal ended up being the game winner. Take us through kind of what you saw in that moment.
I don't really remember the build-up. I just remember it popped out on the top of the box, and I took a touch and hit it far post, and it went in, and I was happy.
It was the longest you've played this tournament. How did you feel after those 88 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still kind of building my fitness back, which is kind of crazy because I've been back for a while, but it does take longer than I thought. So it's great to get that amount of minutes under my belt and kind of keep building on that.
You're headed to your first World Cup. Describe that feeling and this whole qualifying experience.
Yeah, I mean, I still have to make the roster, but it's really exciting to be able to qualify the World Cup and kind of come here and do what we wanted, and to win it all too is kind of icing on the cake, and super excited for the next couple months leading up to the World Cup.
Well, congratulations. Go join your team for the trophy ceremony.
Woo, thanks.
She's pretty humble, right? She said, if I make the U.S. roster.
Yeah.
If?
I don't think it's an if. But I think you could say when, but just stay healthy.
What do you like about her game?
Where to start? I really do think that she's a player that we haven't had ever maybe in U.S. history. Where her ceiling, where she can go, her ability between the lines, and the times that she decides to get there. So many players are good in there. We can see it on other teams, but they just don't know when to get in that certain gap, when to get in that seam. And I think she has a great understanding of that. But I think more than that is her breakaway pace. Surging out of midfield, the interchange that we've seen between Heath, Lavelle, and O'Hare on the right side in particular, they can all rove and pick up for each other, and I think her ability to just slice open opponents, it's an added nuance that they just don't know how to deal with.
The ceremony is going on in the background. Carlos Cordero, president of U.S. Soccer, is here watching the tournament tonight. They'll be making presentations, various presentations, including the championship trophy won by the United States with a 2-0 victory tonight over Canada. Jody Brown, young player of the tournament, no surprise, scored some big goals, had a hat trick against Cuba, scored a big one tonight as well in that first game. Congratulations to Jamaica, first Caribbean country to go to the World Cup in the women's game. Fantastic.
Go figure, right?
Fantastic.
No one saw that coming into this
They're going
tournament.
to France. Last time the men qualified for Jamaica, 98, they went to France. So we'll see what happens with that dynamic, but it's good to see them there. And of course, Panama has a chance. Panama has a chance. They'll have a 2-leg playoff against Argentina. There's a rising star, I think. Bailey, the goalkeeper from Panama. And the big story about her, the saves that she made, right? But she's played goal for what, a year and a half? What's her ceiling?
It's literally unbelievable what she can do. The fact that she won Golden Glove in this tournament with Alyssa Nair on the United States. I know those other goalkeepers at Labe, they weren't tested that often, but the saves she came up with and her understanding and awareness, it's just instincts. She has it.
Golden boot, that last goal did it. If the goals were tied, assists would have been the next tiebreaker, and Adriana Leon was in the driver's seat for that, but Alex Morgan gets to lift this. Still amazing, Allie. I mean, when you say goal a game, that's one thing, but goal a game for 24 games?
Right.
That's incredible.
And she had droughts. This was going back to last year. There was moments when she wasn't finishing. And to watch the evolution of her game, to watch, as she credited the players around her, that's a big reason why she is finding the back of the net so often. The service is impeccable.
We now honor the best
It's a great dynamic trio up top.
It
Those
is.
guys all play well together.
How about that?
Golden ball winner, Julie Ertz.
Santa Clara Broncos so important to the U.S. team, and I think her ability to protect the back line, yes, we talk about that all the time as a 6, but I think the way that tonight it wasn't as impactful as it has been in the past matches, but the way that she can open up the opponent, just little areas she gets into and finds Haran, finds Lavelle.
That's a physical game. You can see how slowly she's walking, but she's finally starting to get the credit that she deserves for how important she is on this team. Officials getting their awards now.
Cheers not quite so loud for them.
What's that?
The cheers weren't quite so loud.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of controversy, right? In this
an offside
tournament.
goal.
But not a lot. Not
VAR.
a lot. Yeah, for sure. We should all lobby for VAR at the next Women's World Cup, France 2015. I thought when we saw it in Russia that it was going to be the start of seeing it in all major tournaments, and I hope it is. All major tournaments.
So. Yeah, you'd have
all
thought
major
so.
tournaments.
And now, please congratulate the third place team of the 2018 CONCACAF Women's Championship, Jamaica.
Who would have thought this coming in, right? Because they were in the same group as Costa Rica. We thought Costa Rica would finish as the second place team in that group. And we thought Mexico in Group A, but instead it was Panama that surprised everyone, and Jamaica.
Hugh Menzies wasn't surprised. What did he say coming in? We knew we were going to prepare for 5 matches.
5 games, yep. That's confidence, right? And remember, we were watching this game. He changed goalkeepers in the penalty kick shootout, so they must have been practicing that a lot.
And she came up with 2 saves.
Yep. And when they made the switch, both goalkeepers seemed like they knew that that was the plan. So I don't think it was anything that wasn't thought of in advance. They're getting the 3rd place medals. And they know the medal's important, but the big thing, they can book their ticket to France 2019.
And perhaps start to draw more attention to the women's soccer in their country. First time, you said it, JP, that a Caribbean nation is qualified for a World Cup.
This is so great for Jamaica. And again, Panama has a 2-leg playoff against Argentina. And a lot of us that have watched Panama in this tournament feel that they have a decent shot to become the 4th team from CONCACAF to get to the World Cup.
I think they do the way they played, and Argentina will not have a lot of games under their belt as they head into that 2-leg playoff. The confidence and really the experience that Panama picked up in this tournament is going to go a long way for them.
Second place team Canada will receive their medals from CONCACAF President Victor Montagliani. We mentioned Carlos Cordero, also the president of U.S. Soccer, on stage as well. What'd you think of Canada overall? Not tested until today, really, right?
And they have something to build upon, but I think they're missing some pieces, and whether that's even continuing to get Haitama some more minutes, allow her, the young player, to stretch her legs more often. I think they have to be more dynamic in that final third. Leon coming in, I think she was an impact in that second half for Canada, but I just think they need more dynamic movement. The connection is there. They've got an engine in Fleming. They've got the creative piece. I think they perhaps need a little more pace in that back line.
Christine Sinclair's role at the World Cup, what are you thinking?
8 months out from now? I never doubt her. But I think if there was a combination of someone who could stretch the line like a Haitama right there, who could share the minutes, share the workload with Sinclair, I think it offers something different.
Is she in a similar role that Abby Wambach was in 2015?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think the players behind her are pushing her out the way that perhaps that happened with the Wambach.
Coaching staff for Canada. They were in this game. It was only 1-0 until the 89th minute on the Morgan goal. He replaced John Herdman, who is now coaching the men's team of Canada. We're getting ready. We're getting ready, I think, for the trophy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
yes, we are.
please welcome the winners of the 2018 CONCACAF Women's Championships. Championship, the United States of America.
As we watch the players going up, Allie, to receive their medals, you know, the World Cup is still months away, but one would think that this 20-player roster and the starting 11 have a great shot to be in France, and then 3 more players.
Yeah, I think it's close. Factor in Davidson if she can return healthy. Get another goalkeeper in there. I believe that could be an Adriana Franch, the season she had with the NWSL.
They went with the same lineup in 4 of 5 games. Time to lift the trophy now for the U.S. It was a good night for the USA. It was a good tournament for the U.S. They were perfect throughout this tournament. 5 wins in 5 games. Did not allow a goal to be scored against them. We hope you enjoyed this tournament all tournament long here on Fox. For Alex Curry, Allie Wagner, and our entire crew, I'm JP Dellacamera. Thanks so much for watching. The USA are the champions once again of the CONCACAF Women's Championship. Good night, everyone.